Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, I'm So Extra, and you're tuned in to So Extra Radio, Season 2, Episode 2. And I want to first introduce you guys to my lovely panel. This is my boy, Swat. He been here last season, what was it, for the sex talk?
Yep, I'm back, y'all.
So he back. We got Brett, say what's up.
What's up?
And we got Lady Jada Painter making it pop.
Period.
Hey, boo. So today we have a very, very interesting topic for y'all. I feel like this is something that we go through in everyday life. That's all I talk about is giving y'all the real and talking about the real. And so basically, just in work, we was talking about it, and then also on social media. Like I just saw a post yesterday. Some chick bleached her man couch, his clothes, shoes, everything. Why? Because she held that nigga down until he glowed up, and then he was like, all right, peace. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about today. So, Dre, what is our first question, sir?
How do you determine if someone is with you because they love you or because you're financially stable?
That's a good question because I'm still trying to get financially stable. So,
I feel like you gonna know though, like once you get to the love stage, you gonna know, like you gonna be felt the vibe. You know how somebody feel.
well, yeah, for sure. I feel like you're going to automatically get that chemistry and you're going to know when somebody loves you. But I've seen people get played. Like, they will act like they love you, like they some actors and actresses just because you got your shit together. So, like, what y'all think about that?
I think you gotta have discernment, first of all. I'm always gonna put God in it. If you don't have discernment, anybody can come in your life and play you and make you feel any type of way. Like, oh, I love you, you're the best thing since sliced bread. And,
Right.
you know, are there with you, tell you everything that you want to hear. But, you know, if you don't have discernment, if you don't have a prayer life,
Right.
anybody can get over on you. It's like,
That's
you know, it speaks about wolves being in sheep clothing. So it's just like you really gotta just have a spirit of discernment where you can tell, you know what, something ain't right about this person. It's just
Right,
like
yeah.
you kind of get warning signs, but a lot of times
We ignore them.
we ignore those warning
Yeah.
signs because it seemed like it's something new, something fresh, and what have you. So we just go along
Preach.
with it, you know.
I feel like you gotta know who you dealing with. If you know who you dealing with, you know when you ain't had no money, so you know how they was acting. So when
Right.
you give money, they act like, oh, let me get this. It's like, dang, hey, you know what I'm saying? You act like,
Right.
you act like you know what I'm saying? You acting like you trying to get the money now. You can tell the difference. So
Right.
if she's with you from the start to now you got money and now she maybe want a little extra because y'all got it. That's cool.
Exactly.
I wouldn't trip. Pay attention.
I agree with all of those things, especially if you don't put God first in. You know what I'm saying? And what it is, it's just that you can be blindsided. And God, of course, is going to give us, you know, things ahead of time. He's going to show us warnings like prior to. But if we all ignore those signs. I've ignored the signs. You know what I'm saying before. But it's just that when you really love somebody, you ignore every single thing. So I think you have to know for sure when you get those warnings, you just gotta go.
Love can be very blinding. It can be
It
very
is.
blinding. Because
Definitely.
once you in, you don't even think about the stuff that happens that you be sitting there like, if it be in any other situation, you would be like, no, that
No,
don't
right.
work. But see,
Love is
when,
definitely blind.
but sometimes, you know what, it's not even love. Sometimes when intimacy, when you're having sex with a person,
Yeah.
that can mess you up. That can mess you up more than anything because,
Right.
Yeah.
You getting real comfortable, so then you just be like, wait.
oh, he loves.
Right. No, I agree with that. What's the next question then?
How long is too long to hold someone down?
I think it depends on the status of your relationship. Whether you got a situationship, then you got your actual relationship, then you got an engagement, then you got a marriage. I feel like, and it's age group as well too. Everybody, you know, in different ages have their different situations. Like me, for instance, I've dealt with guys that ain't never had all three. Either they had a job in a place or they ain't had no car. For a minute, I was an Uber driver. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. So it was just like, yeah, and it's like you get burnt out after all, and it's like, if I'm doing all of this, why aren't you putting yourself forward, and you know what I'm saying, and doing everything? And that part like really irritated me. But I think that also came to my standards too. It's just certain stuff that I'm like, I'm not gonna tolerate.
Yeah, I feel like we at the age like we So I feel like if you don't got the basic three, I mean, you don't really even gotta have the basic three. If you don't got your shit together, I mean, especially if it's the beginning, you're not gonna put all that effort into somebody who ain't.
Right, ain't got things together.
And then if you've been with somebody for a minute, you can't want more for somebody than they want for themselves. So
That's
you're not finna be
definitely.
wait. I mean, no, it's up. I say about 6 months. About 6 months. If you with them, shit fall apart. Give them about 6, 7, 8 months. All right.
I mean, that
Can't
gets
put it
us.
together after that. But I mean, if it's something new you starting out with, I mean, I feel like you supposed to call it right at the point. Like, I mean, we grown. If you ain't got it together.
Yeah, I agree. What y'all think?
I think it's to the discretion of the person, depending on how long y'all know each other and how y'all deal with each other. You feel me? Like, it's like a 10-year relationship, and it ain't as easy to say, oh, I'm about to leave in 6 months. You feel me? But 2 years in, you might be like, he ain't been working in 6 months, he don't want to work, I gotta go.
You
When
need
they
to
don't,
learn somebody.
yeah,
like
we
have
don't,
it and, like,
we don't want to help yourself, I gotta go. Like, all right, you want to do better? All right, peace. I gotta let you learn on your own.
Yeah.
I figure this is like me and you. We go out on a date and we're
Yeah.
talking to each other. I'm gonna ask you questions like, what are your goals in life? What are you trying to accomplish?
I feel like
Yeah.
people don't do that
You know,
anymore.
and when's the last time you had a job? And if you tell me,
The most important
if you tell me it's been
Boy,
a year,
employed.
you know, if you tell me it's been a year since you have a job,
That's a red flag.
See,
Yeah.
the problem is sometimes
Well,
we
like-
get so desperate that we want relationships that we settle. And then what happens is we get into the relationship and then all of a sudden that light clicks on and we be like, what am I doing?
Exactly.
Why am I in
Job
this
is
relationship?
Why am I here?
I've been there with this man 6
You heard
months
me.
and he ain't worked and I'm
No
paying
job.
all the bills and he's sitting at home playing
Just
video
chilling,
games.
living up.
He out at the
Eating
strip
your
club
snacks.
and doing everything. I'm trying to
Oh,
understand.
snacks.
I'm trying to understand how you doing that.
Gushers.
So it's like, you gotta pay attention to the morning. Again, it goes back to the questions that you ask.
That's very true.
We're going on a date and I'm gonna ask you, so what are your goals? What do you wanna do in life? You get what I'm saying? Are you looking to get married? Do you wanna have children? I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
everything because if I'm looking for a relationship, I'm not gonna just settle just for anything because you look good.
Right.
Looks can be deceiving because
Very.
see, we get together, then you start acting like a fool and I'm be sitting there like, what was I thinking? Yeah,
Exactly.
no.
No, for real, because I agree with that, especially, in the whole sense where nowadays people, they don't ask those type of questions nowadays. I feel like some people are scared. Some people, just want to settle. A lot of times they're like, oh, he's fine, or he's, or he or she's saying all this to me, so you just like,
Yeah, they don't even know to look for that. Like, they don't even know to ask that because they never had to do it. They whole time up to this point, they never had to ask, hey, cause they figure at the end of the day, they'll get around and knowing the person.
And then the thing is, we live in a social media age where everybody looks at social media and we're like, oh, that's a goal, relationship goals. You don't know the hell that people go through
Yeah.
behind closed doors. Cause I could get on there and look like, dang, I got it all together. But behind closed doors, I'm living in hell or what have you. We're too busy trying to impress people or look like we have it together, when in all actuality,
you
we
depressed
don't.
as hell on the
I'm not
inside.
about to
You're
do
not
it. I'm sorry.
You wanna
I will
person
be by
looking like
myself
they actually
before I
get
even
together.
settle. I'm
No,
sorry,
for
I
real.
can't.
That's
You're gonna
what
have to
I'm
work because there's no way I am gonna get out every day and bust my butt as a woman and working. You think you're gonna sit at home?
No, sir.
No, that's not happening. I don't think
Like,
so.
that's not happening.
I never wanted that as a man. Like, I never, it was never a time I didn't want to work because you gotta work to impress the ladies. As a man, young man.
Right.
So it's like, I want to impress the ladies. I can't be with y'all all day.
Right.
We can hang out, we can
Right.
hoop, but I'm at work. What's why I at work?
Mhm.
Right.
I see y'all Saturday.
Mhm.
Right.
Pays, hard work pays off.
True. Dre?
Would you invest in your partner's dreams and why?
Hell yeah.
I think that if he's serious, and I see potential, but sometimes you can have a potential, but you may not be driven. You can say all this stuff, but I need to see.
It depends on where y'all in your relationship.
True.
If that's the situation, then you supposed to be the driver. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I got
somebody come to you like, I'm gonna open up this salon. What you think? I'd be like, cause like I say, if I'm with him and shit real, I'm gonna be like, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna hear you
let's
out
do it.
first.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah, you're gonna wanna definitely hear him out,
For sure.
but I wanna know your plan. Like, what is your goals within the next, trying to get this, I need a 5-year plan, 5-year goal of what's going on. Like, if you serious about it, and I know you should not see you being serious about it, but
I
if
feel like off top, yeah, push them.
yeah, you
But I
definitely have
mean, and
to.
then like see where they go with it. Then like if they start to slip and slide with it, then you be like, oh,
You just
And-
watching,
And if it's
yeah.
something that you can financially afford, that's the most important part. Like,
Right.
but now if it's some money I can just blow out and save that money, and I'm like, all right, you need $2,000, I got 20 saved that you can. I'm not gonna trip and be like, I don't know if I can trust you with that. You know, that's over the top. I feel like if it was the other way around, you have my back. So I do the same thing.
Okay, so then now here I go with this.
Let's do
What's
it.
up, auntie?
This is my thing, is that if we're just dating, we're dating, right? Okay. I think that when you're investing in someone, that means you have put time in with that person.
Right.
I would say at least over a year. If we're just only been talking or dating a year, I'm sorry, I'm not just about to invest my money. I'm gonna invest my time.
Right.
My money is something totally different, because again, if the topic is when I was in the gym, where was you at when I was in the gym?
In the bathroom.
You get what I'm saying? My thing is this, okay, so we in this a year or whatever, right? You got this grand idea, I'm out here busting my butt, I got the
Right.
money and I can invest in you. Who's to say that I invest in you and you decide, I done made it? and decide
Exactly.
To go.
Uh-huh.
I feel that you should be in a relationship at least a couple of years. You should be
Before you-
engaged or married. Or
When you
you're in
do
the
stuff
process
like
of
that.
getting married.
Yeah.
A lot of times we put the cart before the horse. And
Cause
so
you
that's
see
why,
everybody
yes,
else in the
everybody
world
else.
doing it,
Again,
all this social
we live in
media
a social
goes,
media
and you
time.
feel like, okay, this is,
Yes.
I'm gonna do this for my girl, I'm gonna do this for my man.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, did y'all set a goal as far as your relationship? Like, is it gonna make it to that next level?
Right.
And all of a sudden, you investing your money and your time into this person, and then it's like that get going, then all right, I'm done, bye.
Right.
I done glowed up, thanks for the money.
Like, okay, with your podcast, okay, you're gonna go to the next phase, you're gonna be on TV and everything
Period.
like that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Period. She's gonna be on TV. And
Where
so
was I first? Where was I?
with that, a person on the outside, see, sometimes people see your potential that you might not necessarily see. So because they see that, they wanna kind of jump on board or whatever and put, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
was with you, I was this or whatever, and they're gonna invest in it and they're gonna expect a return because they see your potential and they see where you're going. So again, it goes back to discernment, because
Right.
there are people see things in you that you might not necessarily see, and they want to connect themselves to you.
Right.
So yeah, somebody easily give you $10,000, say, you know what, babe, let's go do this or whatever.
Right.
But on the
Right.
back end, they sitting back there like, you know what, I invested this $10,000, and this girl don't give me my money.
Right.
$10,000 I done put in, it's gonna be a problem.
Exactly.
So
You
it's
have
just
to be
like, yes,
careful with that too.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Everybody's intentions are not good.
Everybody's
Everybody's
intentions is
investments are
different.
not good.
Like, that's like on the dark side of things though. Like it could be okay in some situations. Now I'm not
I'm being
saying
realistic.
No, I'm not saying you a year in and your girl say, I want to start selling wigs, I need 10 bands. I ain't saying just throw it all in like that. But I'm with you 2 or 3 years, we done been through some things.
Absolutely.
You might have looked out for me. When I was down, when tax season
Right.
came around, you might have had a kid, got the cash in. You feel me? You feel
But
me?
that's what I'm saying.
So
That's
it's-
exactly what I'm saying.
So it's like,
Time.
it's situational though, cause it's like, nah, you didn't look out for me, nah, I got a chance to look out for you.
Right.
I can't snub
But
my
you
nose.
put in
It's
time.
like,
But you put in time, that's my
But watch
point.
it, it could
Time.
be 2 years in, we just could be deep in love.
Baby,
It
I'm
could
talking
be
about a
deep.
year. I'm talking about 6 months.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like
Right.
it can't be a time limit. I'm not saying, I agree with what you said, but the time limit is more situational than time limit. Cause you can be with somebody 2 years, nothing ever happened. Be with somebody 1 year, you'll have a kid, break up, somebody broke your house, he had to fight somebody. Like, anything happen. You know what I'm saying? It make y'all bond closer than the 2 years.
Yeah,
nothing.
I know what you
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, you got, again, have discernment.
Yeah.
You can't be so just like,
Yeah,
yes, I'm about to jump in and let me just
Right.
do this
Yeah, don't be no
whatever,
fool.
because you all in your
Oh, that's
feelings.
why I said
You
like,
wanna sell
in the
aquariums, don't
beginning-
you?
in the beginning, be supportive, and then see where they go.
Yeah.
Right.
Your time, babe.
Bullshitting.
I'm gonna watch you.
Your,
I'm gonna be
your
honest,
time.
I'm gonna watch
Your time.
No,
You want me
for
to
sure.
sit up with you, baby, and we gonna talk about your
Yeah, like I'm
gonna
gonna be
sit
on
up
you.
with
I'll
you.
be
We gonna
all
talk
day.
about
I'm on your
your
case. I'm on your full case.
But baby, my
Yeah,
money,
we gonna
that's
talk about it.
important. I work
I'm
too hard
for
for
my
it.
money,
I work too
exactly.
hard.
Remember that $6,000 I gave you? While you sleep, you know what I mean? You told me. You told me your dream, girl.
Right.
You dreaming for real. You told me your dream.
For real dreaming. You
Wake
sleep.
up.
I need you to wake up.
You dream. I need that. You really dream.
Run me my money.
Dre,
Oh
what's the
my
next one?
God.
We're gonna do a contract. Bump that. If I pay you some money, stand out of line because if we break up, I'm gonna get that money back.
Period.
Girl, you is it's gonna be a night range. Girl, what?
What's up?
All right, so the next question is, why do men or women leave once they get it together?
Because they went for real from the beginning.
Period.
It was all about themselves. It was
Side,
about
bro.
People have a motive.
Yes.
And when they see dollar signs, cause I
Black
feel like
China.
I can't even talk about sis. I don't even care to talk about her.
You only hear one side of the story, baby. Don't never make it.
It's like 9 stories now.
It don't matter.
But we don't live in
that
that lifestyle. You don't know.
You don't know the money she giving out. You
Not
don't
no
know the
more.
money she giving out.
Not no more.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
But guess
Big
what?
soldier.
You don't know the money she giving out. You don't know the
I
money
know.
she giving
I
out.
know what she giving out.
Assumption.
Listen, so
I know,
all
I
I'm
know,
saying
I know
is
what's out
that a man or a woman, they will have a motive. You see a dude driving a nice, car and stuff, they got their own house, you know what I'm saying? They got on all these chains, they have a motive. So you're gonna be instantly attracted, like, oh shoot, let me go ahead and put this thing on real quick. You're going to pretend to be somebody who they want you to be. You're gonna love them, you're gonna like on them, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they're gonna be like, I'm in love, like, she put me on the spell. I'm gonna do this. She gonna ask you for something, babe. I wanna open up this. I wanna do that. Oh, I got you. What you need? I just need $10,000. Cool. Chick ain't had nothing. Driving, a 1999, whatever kind of vehicle. Living in her mom's basement. Got a
It'd be
kid.
like you said, those like situations.
Yeah, it's just you never know. And then next thing you know, she got you invested in her. You done like, I'm gonna move out your mama house. Come live with me, or let me get your own place. You see, some people they have a motive. Lord.
But what if this though? What
Did
if
you
a
just
nigga?
say R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
Well, hold on though. What if a nigga ain't never had shit, and he was fucking with,
And it's vice versa.
and then he got his shit together, and now he feel like, oh, I can do better than that because I'm good.
Exactly, but
You know
don't
what
ever
I'm saying?
forget the chick that made you into the man that you is.
People forget where they come from.
They
People
do.
get the big head. They let people
But
know
no,
they
it's not even
get
about
up.
that. It's about what you feel like you was good
Sure.
enough for. You know what I'm saying?
No.
What if I feel like I wasn't good enough for her because my shit wasn't together yet?
Okay, but
you
then
know what
you
I'm
got
saying?
yourself together and then all of a sudden
And
you
then
too
now
good.
I don't feel like you too good, but you feel like you could have wanted her from high school and been like, my shit ain't together.
But she was with you when you didn't have nothing.
She was
And
with
then
you.
all of
I
a
ain't
sudden you
turned
got
on
together
no
now
girl
you're
that was
older.
with me when I ain't had shit to when I got shit. If I ain't had shit when I was with you and I'm single 10 years now and I got something, you can still get that money from me. You can still talk to me about some cash. You can still let it get from me.
Well, like I said, those are all situations
It
though.
ain't-
Like,
it shouldn't be-
if
I
you been fucking with them for forever,
because I got money.
or if you just been fucking with them on some, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the situation.
I just can't switch up for the money because it's like, what if she had the money, she switched up on me? I'd be hurt. Like, dang, I look out for you.
That happen like
You know what I'm saying? I came there when you ain't had no gas in your car. I pulled
Well,
it like that matters. Like, you was stranded. I had the tire off your car. Like, what?
Again, it's all
You
about
called me
your
when you thought they
mindset.
was in your house. Like, what?
It's all about
You
your
can't switch up
mindset.
that you got a little more dollars on you. No, that's kind of ain't fair.
I mean, alright, so say, what if you know her from like middle school?
Right?
This motherfucker small as hell. You bought her to her again. Hey.
Nah, I ain't talking about no middle school.
No, I'm
girl.
talking about
Middle
like,
school.
I'm talking about like, you knew her since middle school.
Yeah.
y'all was friends for forever.
I'm just trying to.
After that, I mean,
I get where you going.
you ain't never been friends with somebody 5, 6, 7 years?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So it just depends on what the relationship was with the person. Like as an adult, I ain't saying we was 14 and I love you. We were together for a year. Nah, they ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about college and all that. And I'm 21. You with me and all that. Then we break up and I'm 24. Then I'm 25. I get millions of dollars. I'm not gonna just snub up my nose like, oh, I can't just deal with you. Because it's like, what if she was the millionaire and you was messed up? You like, dang, I can get just 5,000. I ain't even trying to get none out of it. I can get just 5 for my car. You feel me? You gonna feel bold if she say, I can't deal with you. You gonna be like, oh dang, that's bold. She got all that money. That's the first thing you gonna say. She got all that money. $5,000 on her. She got all that money. But if it's easy for you to be like, oh no, I ain't dealing with him now because I feel like I deserve better. It's like, what if you never got to this point and you never had this money? Who would you be dealing with?
Again, it's the person that you are. When you remember where you came from, you remember what you went through, you remember the people that stuck with you, you're not gonna switch up on people. Like if we're in a relationship and I become a multi-millionaire, I'm not about to sit here and be like, no, I don't need you no more.
Yeah.
Because it's about the person, it's about the mindset, it's about how you think about things.
Still in the house.
Period. And my thing is this, we can fall out of love, but I'm not gonna do you dirty and act like you ain't nobody.
Like I don't know you. Yeah, like
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
it's about the person.
I might. Oh my God! I used to work with her. I was on your show.
Oh, you shady.
I be mad, bro. I be mad as hell.
I would not do
say
that.
rice blow up in a year, and then I'm like, hey, sis. I'm trying to be on the show. I'm still working around working. I'm like, shit, I'm trying to be on the show. She's like, oh, I can't. I don't know. I see what I can do. You know, I would. But that's what I'll be like,
No, that would be messed up.
I wouldn't even say nothing. I'd be like, dog, she changed. Look, the money gets to that
to me. I'm gonna put her on blast. Like,
because we cool like that. I'd be like, money got to my
you
dog.
don't want to be bothered, sis.
Yeah.
I was shooting with you in the gym.
I had that crown royal. I had that crown down on the cam. I had it. It was me.
What's the next question?
Sick, bro. Ooh. You know I'm for real. You like, he a real guest. Yeah.
So next question is, do you let outside people in your relationship when you're struggling?
See, this is a good one.
I like this one.
This question, because I've seen a lot of instances where, you know, in relationships I'm not talking about in situations. I'm talking about either long-term relationship, engagement, marriages. I know people that have been in situations where somebody either end up losing their job or, you know, whatever. Like, for instance, my parents. My dad was on the police force for years, and he lost his vision out of nowhere. And my parents were already married. And my mama basically had to hold the fort down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Now, my mom said, you know, my dad was consistently looking for jobs. He wasn't just sitting there, not, you know what I'm saying, not doing nothing. But he did bounce back and, you know, was still working. Mind you, he's still visually impaired. And then, you know, a few years later, he has his own business that he owns still to this day. So it's just one of them situations is where it's the situation, you know, that you're in, the relationship that you're in, and the love that is there. Because for me, my mom had to hold down everything. At this point, my dad can't drive. So she's the only driver in the house. She had to teach me and my brother how to drive when he was 14, 15 years old. Just in case, you know, an emergency situation happened, he couldn't do it. Even though we went on excursions anyway with my dad and told him where to go.
Wow.
But it's just one of them things where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Do you, like how do y'all feel about that?
Well, I'm gonna say, when I was engaged and I was going through what I went through with my ex-fiance, I talked to my mother about it. And see, the thing is, you cannot allow everyone into your relationship because everyone is not able to handle some situations.
Exactly.
Because people be like, so me and my ex, we got into it, then we make back up. See, you gotta be careful who you tell your business to because see, people pick sides. Like, oh, I don't like him because he did this,
Right.
I don't even understand why you back with him when he did all this to you, whatever. But when you love someone, you know what I'm saying? saying? You have to be very mindful.
Yeah,
That's why if you're gonna
hell yeah.
involve people in your relationship, it has to be someone that is God-centered, someone that
Yeah.
prays, someone that has discernment,
It's
someone that
gonna
can come
want
and
the
tell you.
best for y'all.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Right.
If they're
You know-
gonna talk down on your
Right.
relationship, it's already some type of hatred there
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Because it's like, why would you say that? It's like, yes, we have had our downfall. He still ain't got no job. He just you don't know our situation. That's just be
Absolutely.
careful who
Who you
you
tell,
open up
right.
your mouth to on your relationship in any situation that you're in. Because you never know that hatred person that may have been jealous, that may want your
Absolutely.
spouse that you're with.
Absolutely.
You know, you just never
They waiting
know.
for y'all to break up so
I
they
feel
can
like
get
from a
together.
dude point of view though, we don't really get together and just be like, man.
Y'all don't
Yeah,
get cool
Keisha
by that.
tripping.
You probably say that, and that's about it.
I'm about to say, I know who it is.
But you know,
God is talking
no. If we talk about some shit, it be some shit, man. I got to the crib the other night. It be some shit like that.
Got
Oh,
home
then
too
you
late.
We don't kiss.
Got
No,
home too
listen.
late.
It don't be
Got
no. It don't be no
Number
kiss
one.
and tell type shit like that. But it
Where's
just
that?
be like, you know what I'm saying. But
On the
listen.
way from the club.
What I'm saying is niggas don't really like. We not gon' y'all will be stressed out with a nigga and go to the bar with your girl and just lay it all out. On
Give
the-
it
You
number
know what I'm saying?
That's right, that's right.
That's right. Get the number out. Give me the number out.
They be like Keisha tripping.
Ordering wings, get numbers out. Flats. That's what they doing. I know what y'all doing. I see y'all at the county. I know what they doing. I promise you. I know what's happening.
What's the next question?
Oh wait, I ain't even
Switched
get
it
over
up
that
quick,
one.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
I ain't even done. She switched it up.
My bad.
So with that, you have to. If you are gonna tell somebody about your relationship, you gotta be somebody you trust. And that's gonna tell you when you wrong. That's the most important.
Yeah.
Because you listen to somebody tell you about your spouse being negative and all that, you won't be like, dang, he ain't said, you know what I'm saying? I know I was wrong for arguing with him. He ain't said nothing about me.
Right,
It's
right.
Eve, her, man. He might be jealous, he might be hating. You know what I'm saying? But it gotta be somebody you trust. Like my mom, for instance. My mama tell me if I'm wrong every time.
Go to your mama, man.
Talk to hey, no, you if you
If
tell-
she like her.
If you trust if you trust your dad or your mom, I probably say your parents is probably the person gonna tell you the realest stuff. Because they don't have no bias unless they don't like your spouse. They don't like your spouse, don't do that. But if they're neutral and they like your spouse, you got a good relationship, trust your parents.
Absolutely.
Trust yourself, but then ask for clarity with your parents.
Yeah.
Because you know your spouse better than anybody.
You want
Yeah,
people, you don't
sure.
want people to agree with you on everything.
Yeah, because they be like, yeah,
You have to show me
she
when
do be
I'm
cussing
wrong.
in public. Like, dang, I knew she
I
was
will
bad.
argue up and down, but if you tell me I'm wrong,
She
I'm
cussed
gonna
my mama out.
agree with
Your
you.
mama like, I ain't never liked her. Yeah, ma, she cussed you out on Christmas. That's why. That's the only bad thing she did. You know?
All right, so is it wrong for your spouse to feel entitled to your money?
The change, women keep the change, fellas. That ain't even on the discussion.
Situation.
I feel like it definitely depends on the situation.
Your
Absolutely.
change
But-
is out there.
You know what I'm saying? It just depends. It depends on the situation that you're in and what you're doing. And if I work very hard for my money, I struggle to get where I'm at to get my money. I don't think that you should be entitled to my money, to the earnings that I
They
make.
gotta be married, first of
For
all, so you
sure.
can be entitled to
Woo,
you.
like you ain't finna
Oh,
control what's going over this way. I paid my own bills.
I like this.
You're not.
We fire and desire. I like that. I'm not sharing anything.
No, I will share, but
But when we're
when
married,
we're married.
Only all
Baby, no, while we're engaged or something like that, we have had to be, baby, you got to, I'm a painter, I have a painting business. If you ain't come and brush one thing on the wall, if you ain't hung a drywall, if you ain't did nothing, I don't care if you sat up and talk, and listen to me talk about my clients or whatever, you are not entitled to me.
What if you hit the lottery because you played my birthday?
I'm gonna give you some money.
Ah, see, y'all ain't see that coming.
I'm
Okay?
gonna give you some
It's
money.
just like if I get a
Cause
bonus,
it's your birthday and you told
Yeah.
me, babe, go play that
if
number.
I get
Not
a
gonna
bonus
play
at
it.
work or something, and it's like I feel like I should be, I can share that with you. I ain't saying like you get half or no certain percentage, but it's like I'm gonna break you off something just because I got a little extra.
Right.
You know, I want you to represent me the same way I'm representing you. So I want you to be looking out there having a good time, looking good. Tonight, go ahead, do your thing. Cause when I go out, I want you to be like, hey, here, if you got a little extra, I don't even ask, real talk, I don't even like ask my girlfriend, but if she got some extra, she break me off, I'm having fun with it. I'm having some fun with it. You hear me? I'm talking, I go out on the third first day she break it off, I'm having a good time instantly. I might order a game on Xbox. I don't care. You hear me? I'm real, man.
I feel that if we've invested time in each other, again, we got to get past a year of something, a couple of years.
So
or something,
a year in,
because
we not engaged.
No,
You
just-
breaking me
I'm
off.
saying, but you gotta come and work with me. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't expect nothing if you've not given.
Oh
me
yeah,
anything.
nah,
Not
I
here.
agree with that.
Like, okay, let's go to the movie, since I like to kind of go back to movies. If y'all remember, Why Did I Get Married To? Remember when they were going through the divorce and
Yeah.
everything like that? And she was just like, well, he was like, I deserve half because I helped you with the book. And she said, well, what did you do? He was like,
Right.
well, I sat there and I listened to you and I gave you
That's
ideas. She
something.
was like, I never used any of your ideas. You didn't go on a book
That's
tour.
bullshit.
You
Right.
didn't sit up with
See,
me.
look.
That's bullshit.
Now I done helped
But
you.
No,
my
that
thing
is-
is this: if we're married, if we're married,
That's our book. Your
and
book
I
is yours.
wrote about marriage,
That's bullshit.
that meant I used the things
Whatever
that we went
situation,
through.
yep.
So I believe he is entitled to it because
Definitely.
our relationship was a reason why.
Yeah, why that book was
Okay,
popular.
exactly.
Yeah.
But if we are not married, when we only been together for a year, maybe 2 years, and again, you ain't came and helped me pay nothing. You ain't.
What if y'all been together in a year and he helped you write that book, but y'all ain't engaged?
Okay, that's fine. I will give you something.
I don't know. We don't
Hell
discuss.
no.
You got it.
You put it to
You not breaking them
You
off.
trying to tell me no?
No.
Breaking him off don't mean
Big tip.
breaking him off don't mean I'm about to give him some
No.
money. That
Yeah,
does
we
not.
was
Unless he
here.
actually wrote that
We was
book.
eye to eye.
What I'm saying is that breaking off does not necessarily mean money. It could be
Oh,
me turning around and
oh,
investing in
sensual.
your dream. Period.
It doesn't always have to
I mean,
be
that's
money, for
different.
sure.
That's
You
not-
gonna-
that's-
break- okay, breaking off
That's
is
the
something
way
else.
we look at it.
That's a different way
If
to
you got
look at
that cash, I ain't talking about that. I don't want to get broke off property.
I'm gonna break you off both ways. Cause baby, I made it, so I'm gonna break you off like yeah, and then I'm gonna break you off like yeah.
Now we on the same page.
Yeah.
So, what questions, comments do you guys have in my audience? Or do y'all have anything? I feel like you do with your legs shaking.
Hey, why everybody smiling back there? What's so funny?
I want to laugh. I mean, if y'all ain't
We
got
having a
nothing,
good time.
I'm gonna pop real quick.
Girl.
I told y'all I was gonna do this. Sorry.
No questions? Wow.
I'm shocked because
I
y'all
got
always
something-
got
I have
some
something to
shit
say.
Mm.
I just really agree with you, what you were saying. A lot of stuff that you said made a lot of sense. If he was there and he participated in some of the acts, then you get a piece. You get somewhat of a piece. I'm gonna look out for you. I agree with a snippet of what he said over here. Yeah, I agree with a couple things he said. If I was with you from way back when, for instance, my child's mother, me and my child's mom was not together. But way back when I ain't had nothing, she held me down. Still to this day, I take care of her. Why? She got a dude and everything, but why? Because that's my favor in return. You ain't had to look out for me.
See?
And because you looked out for me and gave me a chance to get on my feet, you know what I'm saying? When I did get on my feet and I am able to now do for you, I got you. What
I
you
got a
need?
question
You
on
need
that,
this,
though.
you need, here you go. Boom.
So, would you have done that if that was not your child's mother and it was somebody else that held you down?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
For sure.
all I want to
Yes.
I'm gonna say the one question that y'all asked about like letting people in your business, I think that you should, but you should get a question differently, not make it personal. Do a third person, cause a lot of people that's not in your situation got all the answers for your situation,
Right.
and that's how life works. Like people who not in love know how to be in love, but they can't find it and do it for themselves.
Right.
And that's just how it works. It's messed up, but everybody be like, how you know you ain't even in a situation? It just work like that. So if you have an issue with your spouse, anybody, give it to your friend, but give it to your friend like, man, let me tell you, my mama didn't call me, told me about a dude that she was with,
Right.
and they gonna give you, they gonna give you the.
They were like,
Right.
that's
It's
you.
gonna end up
Your
being
mama-
personal.
Well, no, you
Yeah.
can't. Well, you can't get too personal. You just gotta just give them the outskirts and let them build their own story and tell you about it. And that's how it goes. Everybody got the problems, but everybody else's problems but their own.
Do you just have to, again, it goes back to discernment. You gotta know who to talk to and who not to talk to. If Tiffany talk to me, she's gonna talk to me and I'm not gonna agree with everything she says. You want people that are
Gonna point you
fair
out.
and say, you know what, you're wrong for this situation and they're wrong for that situation. You gotta step back and look at yourself because you're not always right. You're not always gonna say the right thing, do the right thing. And so anybody that has that mindset that I'm right all the time, they're never gonna be in a good relationship. You gotta be able to look at you and say, you know what, I'm a messed up individual. And you know what, we just got into an argument. I'm gonna be the first to step back and say, you know what, let me look at that. I'm wrong.
It's a
Me
yeah,
too.
me
And
too.
I will apologize because if you really love someone, you never want to end anything on a negative note. But some
Exactly.
people like to have drama, mess, and all that. They're the type of people you don't want in your life. So you gotta know who to talk to. It could be your mom, it could be your aunt, your best friend, your cousin, you know, whatever. You just gotta know who you can talk to that's gonna tell you no matter what,
Right.
you're wrong.
If
Period.
they can't tell you that you're wrong and they always agreeing with
Yes.
you, that's the wrong person.
Absolutely. And you cannot be always on the defense and thinking that someone is just trying to attack you and tell you that you're
I
wrong.
got that. I'm like,
I got
soon
that
as
bad
you say something,
sometimes
me, I'm
too.
like,
I ain't
Cause
gonna
it
lie.
took me a minute when people point out me being wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't agree. Like I will argue you up and down.
Yeah, right,
I will argue you up and down and be like, no, I am not. I did not. And then after I sit back and look and try and put my situation in the other person's shoes, I'm like, well, dang, maybe I did just a little bit.
But you don't want to wait too long because see, by that time, when you let pride sit in and when
That's
you
what
let,
it is,
let
pride.
that
It's
sit
pride.
in or whatever, you start thinking, you know what, bump them or whatever.
Two
But
people
then,
tried.
but then, when time done went by and you done got the revelation you was wrong, that person done moved on because you were too prideful to say, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't see it from your standpoint or what have you. Sometimes we're just so defensive and so used to people just telling us, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, that when people actually come into our life to tell us, you know what, you could change, you could do better,
Right.
we don't want to do it because
You don't
we're
wanna
just
hear
so
it.
defensive and
Yeah,
we're
you don't
pride.
wanna hear it.
They
like-
don't want to change.
And it also depends on who the person is, because it's like, I can't tell you to stop gambling, because I went and lost my money, right? I went and lost my money, right? I can't tell you to stop gambling, and we both gamble, and when I'm winning, I'm like, oh, I'm at the casino tomorrow, I'm going back. But as soon as I lose, man, I can't go to the casino. I can't tell you, I can't come tell you don't go to the casino.
But a lot of times it's
you lost
not,
tonight.
it's not what you say, it's
how
how
you
you
say
say
it.
it.
Yeah, but
That's
the,
right.
but
That's
watch
right.
the person, it's some people that can't tell you certain stuff.
That's true.
Certain people can't.
You're not going to receive everything from
It's certain people
everybody.
that you like. Certain people you had kids. They can. Your mom, your aunties, and maybe they can say something about you raising your kid. Your coworker, she can't be like, "Hey, girl, don't be touching her." Like, what the hell are you talking to? You talking to her like she a kid.
Because if I don't like you, nothing you
Because
say
it
to me
get
is going to
personal
make
like
sense.
that.
And you
You
can be right.
You get
can be
defensive
right.
like that, so it's like sometimes it depends on the person. He can tell me a lot of stuff. Certain people can't just tell me
Right.
because he with me all the time.
It's who you
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like he know me more personally.
He
than
was with
the
you
person.
shooting in
You
the
feel me?
gym.
Like you know me when before I met her.
You know,
So you can tell me something
you
because you
know,
been around the whole time.
you know the tree by the fruit that it bears. You cannot tell me that you are an apple tree and you're producing pears.
Right.
You gotta produce what it is that you say that you are.
Exactly.
I can't tell you that I'm a person of love and I'm this and all that
And I'm
if
like,
all
I
I'm
hate
doing
that.
is a
Sure,
hating
yeah,
and
work.
spewing
Sure.
out negativity. You have to be who it is that you say you are for people to respect you. Period.
Right.
So it's like if I don't like you can tell me all day, every day, Janaea, that sweater you got on is ugly and
That sweater
it make
kinda
you
fire. I
look
wasn't
like
gonna lie to you. That
everything. You
sweater
get what I'm
kinda
saying?
Right.
But because I don't like her, I'm not gonna receive it. You get what I'm saying? It's like sometimes we
She
got,
like her.
we got,
Don't think
oh yeah, no, I do like her.
And it's nice weather. And it's nice.
Actually, I like everybody in here, even if I don't know you. But anyway, yeah, it's just your mindset. Your mindset determines a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
How you think is how you will see and how you speak.
How you
Doesn't
Right.
matter who it is. If you're
Yeah.
a negative person, Jesus himself can come and tell you, you know what, Danny, you need to do such thing. Jesus, who you think you are? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna listen.
Well, my Lord,
Whoa,
like,
whoa.
together real quick,
Not too
okay?
far.
But I just think, like, overall, at the end of the day, you should never turn your back on somebody that has your back, regardless of if it's a friend, a spouse, parents, whatever it is, because they've been there through your struggle. They've been there when you didn't have nothing. Maybe you was trying to, come up and do something. And like you said, even with my podcast, like, me investing in myself, it's cool. If somebody want to come in and invest in me, I'm not gonna let them down because I'm serious. You know what I'm saying about what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I just feel like that's just something. I just thought it was a really good topic because you see that a lot nowadays, and different age groups handle the situation very differently. Like, I'm not sure how old the one girl was I saw on social media when she was bleaching his stuff, this, that, and the third. It's just at this point, if he just dip and leave, you're gonna have to be hurt for a minute. I'm not about to bleach your stuff, but I'm going to pray. I'm going to, like, my mindset is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks differently. And you're gonna be hurt for a minute, you're gonna be upset. That's fine, be that. But doing all that extra other stuff, I'm not.
One thing you wanna do is surround yourself around people that are honest with you.
Mhm.
Never get caught up in social media. You can have 500,000 people, and the one moment that you do something that people don't like is the
Yep.
very moment that every good thing that you've ever done, people will forget that, and all they will focus on is
Is
the
that
negativity.
negative? Yep.
Stay humble, stay grounded, because again, I'm always gonna go back to God, because no matter what, it's just, when Jesus was this great person, everybody was, we love you, but then at the same time, they like crucify you. So you can never get caught up on the words of people and people, pumping you up. Oh, I'm so extra radio. Yes, we're gonna be doing blah, blah, blah. But the moment you do something they don't like, they will
Yeah.
tear you down. So always surround yourself around people that's gonna, push you, that's gonna be honest with you. Don't get
Exactly.
caught up in the hype of social media.
Mhm.
Don't get caught up when you go out in the street and you hear somebody say, oh, I'm so extra radio. Girl, I like you, let's take a picture. And then you all on there, and then the next few minutes you do a topic they don't like. Ugh, I don't like that show, it's stupid.
Right.
You just can't get caught up.
Yeah.
Stay humble no matter what. Why do you think
Mhm.
Oprah Winfrey is where she is? Humble, period. Stay humble,
Yeah.
don't matter.
Oprah stayed 10 toes down the whole time. Whole time.
Well, that is going to conclude this episode for So Extra Radio. I know we'll be back next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, So Extra Radio. Follow me on Instagram at I'm So Extra Radio with the number 1. Y'all can give out your Instagram names if you like. No?
JSWAT_.
Dooley.
This is complicated. Took me a minute to find you on there.
Me?
Yeah.
It's like, it's DOO. I don't even know. What I don't social media. Dooley.
So he gonna always be humble, man. I am Lady J the Painter, and I am Janaea, period.
And I want to give a special shout out to Top Not Trust. She went ahead and hooked me up today, so make sure y'all follow her also on Instagram. And we'll see you next Saturday. Well, Sunday.